So that's the end of The Light Meets the Dark. We having a good time so far? I got more worked up than I thought, and now it's going to get crazy, and you're sitting down. I don't know if that's the right move, but it's all right. We're in a church. Once you stop for a good long time, like 10 seconds, people just sit. I get it, man. But just be ready to get back up. Promise? You guys know what I'm saying? I'm just messing with you. So listen, you're more than the choices you made. You're more than the past mistakes. When that gets in us, man, when that really gets in us, it sets us free. Because we're not doing stuff to be accepted anymore. Now we get to do stuff because we already are accepted. Let me tell you from experience, there is a huge difference between living for God and living because of God. It's okay to live for God as long as you're living because of God first. But if you're living for God, not because you're loved, man, it's never going to be enough. Or you're always going to feel gypped because I did that for you, God. How come you never gave me what I wanted? Which is really another way of saying, hey, God, I worked for you. Why didn't you give me my idols? Because whatever you want God to give you instead of himself, that's your real God. Because God's better than anything he could ever give you. Amen? Does this make sense? When that gets in us, maybe the easiest litmus test to believe whether we believe that is to ask yourself, how good are you at extending that same grace to other people? Oh, no, he didn't. Don't you be talking about my grudges, Mike. I like my grudges just fine. But we were talking about it as a band, like where do we go from the light meets the dark? And we're like, man, we need to acknowledge how difficult really living this Christian life is. Like to forgive someone, do you know why it's so tough? Look at Jesus. To forgive, you have to die. You gotta die. You might not have to be crucified on a cross, but you're gonna need to die to your right to be offended. Hello? You're gonna need to die to your right to get to feel better than other people. Let me say this, if you're looking down on anyone, you don't know Jesus. Because you have to look up to him. And if your eyes are fixed up on him, tell me, how do you have the time to look down on anyone else? Dietrich Bonhoeffer said in his book, Life Together, he said a really interesting thing. He said, if you're having trouble, like friction with another person, start praying for them. It's really tough to hate someone you're praying for. Because when you pray for them, God transforms them in your eyes. And you see them as you are, another fellow sinner in need of God's grace. Because isn't that what we all are? In need of God's grace every single day. All right, so by no means are we good at this whole forgiveness thing. In fact, it's a bit of a struggle for us, hence the title of the next record. And that's why we wrote this song, to kind of help ourselves see forgiveness as a good idea. So feel free to sing along. We're going to sing you the chorus if you don't know this song. Brendan, can you give us a reference chord? Surely, Michael.